Hey everyone, it's Dr. Richardson, and I just wanted to take a moment and say hi and make sure that you guys are all doing okay and that you're breathing. Um, this course is definitely, it pushes you to the limit. That's just to say the least, because before you know it, you've got another paper due, and then you got another paper due. So make sure that you get your work turned in on time, if not sooner, because you're going to need every second. These 8 weeks will fly by. I mean, it's already week 3, and you're already on your second paper. So I am trying to finish up your papers, your milestone 1 papers from last week. Trying to finish them up by tomorrow, which will be Thursday evening. I'm trying. Okay, that way, you know what needs to happen before you send your paper to Smart Thinking. I really hope that you have sent your paper to Smart Thinking and not tried to not do it and just turn it in, because it makes like a good letter to letter and a half grade difference in your papers. That's how important Smart Thinking is. And I know that you probably are sick of me saying it, but my job is to get you to the point of getting the highest grade possible. So I'm just going to keep telling you until it's all done. And just let it be with that, because that's how important it is. They're part of our team. You know, it's you, it's me, and it's them. And us three entities are going to work together to get you across that finish line. So there's no I and me, right? So there you go. So anyway, if I please adhere by the paper guideline. I have noticed in some of the papers I have received that it was supposed to be a 1 to 2 page body, double spaced, and some of you guys managed to single space me 3 pages, which is like equivalent to 6. I quit reading on page 3 of the body of the paper. So if it doesn't fit in there, you get a 0 on the rest of it, because you didn't follow the guidelines. The guidelines are set forth for a reason. And here's the thing, I've taught this class many times. When you do the minimum page requirement for each one, for each milestone paper, which I would highly suggest that you do, highly recommend it, because what's going to happen is, as you go through your process of writing the other milestone papers and you get to the final paper, don't think that you're just going to like throw the 3 milestone papers together and go, man, there it is, it's done. Because no, it's not. Because if you look at the grading rubric for the final paper, it is got different components to it that still need to be filled in. So it is a misconception that, oh, well, it's all of these together. Yeah, it is, but then you got to fill it up. If you max out on your page lengths per paper and you go over, you leave yourself zero room for making those enhancements and making those changes and to doing anything that you need to do. I would rather, if it's a 1 to 2 page body, I'd rather have 1 full page and for it to be tightly written than to have 4 or 5 pages of fluff. I can't stand fluff. I worked in law. I cannot stand fluff. There is no place for fluff. Tell it like it is. There's no questions in scholarly writing, only the issues that you present, and guess what? They're sentences with a period at the end. Okay? There is no contractions in scholarly writing. There is no first person. I'm still seeing first person on things, and I don't know why, because I've told you from the very beginning, you had your 1 week of doing it in the discussion board, and after that, you were done. There's no I believe, I think, I have observed or anything. No, it is the United Nations has implemented the treaty of whatever on this date, sponsoring the nations of. In other words, you are putting the argument together. It's not about what you think, it's about what you know. And what you know is through the research. Therefore, the research dominates the paper. See that? Even if something asks you, well, what do you think? You're not going to sit there and go, well, I believe or I think. You're going to sit there and say, you're going to put your argument together, because if you put your argument together, I already know how you think, because that argument's going to be one-sided. It's going to be more leaning more towards one side than the other. Okay? Excuse me. So it's all about words and how you put the argument together. You never ever want to come out with I think the world of you guys, and I tell all my students this all the time. I love you guys, but guess what? No, because only the people only will think and look at what you're writing if you put the argument together and you back yourself up. When you're backing yourself up, it's got to be an APA format, guys. Your citations have to be in APA format, everything. Yes, I am a stickler for all of this, but believe me, I'm nowhere near a stickler on you guys as I am for my grad students. That's how important this stuff is that you got to get it down pat now so that when you get to that final paper, all you're doing, you're not fluffing it, but you're adding more research to it and meeting the minimum requirements for the final paper submission. No fluff. So anyway, for those of you who had used the outline that I had given you with the Word document that I had sent out with the headings on the Milestone 1 paper, thank you very much, because that's exactly what I wanted. I gave it to you to fill out. I could not have done anything else for you at that point. I also emailed you the other day on Sunday afternoon, I believe. It was Sunday, I know that for sure. I emailed you the ones with the headings for this paper that is due this Sunday. I need that used because it follows a grading rubric. If you follow that, then you will be on point for what you need for that final paper. I'm trying to get you to the final paper. Okay? So if it looks choppy, if it requires a 3-page body, for example, I don't remember off the top of my head now, and it looks choppy, it looks like you got little paragraphs under each one, that's what it's supposed to be. Because remember, I told you, in the final paper, you're going to enhance it. Keep your research, keep it in a different file. I don't need to see it. If it calls for a 3 to 4 page body of a paper, I quit reading. When we hit page 5, Christy's done. That's just all there is to it. Because the directions say double spaced, 12-point Times New Roman font, 1-inch margins all the way around, and the body paper requirement. That's it. I'm telling you, I'm done. So, and you'll be lucky, because when you guys get some professors sit there and say that's an F because you didn't follow directions. Follow those guidelines. I'd rather have the minimum requirement and you give yourself full room to be able to add on and to be able to fill it up for the final paper than for you to have so much information that you don't know what to do with it and you think that everything is important. And I know it is, by the way, but it's not all pertaining to this because you haven't worked through the process yet. So this part is very important. It's the writing process. I told you at the beginning of the term that this was a lot of reading and writing. And it is. And those due dates, they come around so quickly. If you think 8 weeks was bad enough, the due dates for this, and there's a couple other courses I teach here that it's just like, as fast as you guys are going is as fast as I'm grading. And I got like 20, 28 of you guys. So I feel you more than you know. Okay. So anyway, that is my mommy speech on that. Set forth on those guidelines. Use that email that I sent to you Sunday night to fill in those spots. It was a suggestion. It's mandatory, okay? Get your paper to Smart Thinking by today's Wednesday, tomorrow night. Get your paper to Smart Thinking by tomorrow night so you can get back by Friday, make the changes on Saturday, take a deep breath, proofread it one more time, send it in. You always want to give yourself an extra day to sleep on it. Wake up, do the final proofread, and then send it in. The reason being is that it's still for a grade. It's like having little mini term papers, but it's still for a grade. So give yourself Saturday night to sleep on it. Go back, proofread it one more time Sunday morning, bam, send it, okay? I know it sounds idealistic. I know it sounds like pie in the sky, and it is, but those are goals. You guys have due dates. They need to be adhered to, because if you miss the due date for Milestone 1, guess what? Milestone 2 is due this weekend. So you're already behind. You're behind before you even got started. So you've got to get these papers done. And if it still needs to go to Smart Thinking, you send it to Smart Thinking. Get it back and fix it, because that's the important part. Because you don't want to get down to Module 7 calling me in tears saying, oh my goodness, I should have listened. I get that a lot. So please adhere by everything. I'm begging you, because it's going to make your life so much easier, I promise. Please remember to get all your other work done in between. Here's my other caveat. Discussion boards, you cannot make them up. They have due dates. You cannot make them up. The only thing that can be made up are quizzes and exams. In this course, you have chapter exams. But discussion boards cannot be made up. If you miss it, you miss it. I don't know what to tell you because you do not have the opportunity to have an interaction with another classmate. That door has now closed. So there are no makeups for discussion boards. I still see some of you guys kind of creep in there, and you can creep in, but I'm not grading it because it's closed. So just to give you a heads up about that, you guys are doing good. Okay, I just wanted to give y'all a cheerleader video. You guys are doing good. You're going to see another every day through Friday. You'll see the announcements come up. Print them, read them, put them on your refrigerator. Don't care. Just make sure that you adhere by everything, because if I'm telling you something, it's because I have experienced it. I have seen other students experience it. I have lived through their troubles. I have lived through their phone calls. I know what they have been through, and you are getting the benefit of everybody else's demise. Okay? So please make sure that when I tell you something, it's because I have seen it, and I've seen what has worked and what has not worked. So I just want to make sure that you have the best of everything at this point. And the next time I teach this class, I'm going to take what you guys have been through, and I'm going to reintegrate it, and I'm going to send it back through and let everybody know, hey, I've seen this happen. Let's dodge this, okay? Because you want to make this as easy as possible. It's 8 hard weeks. I don't care if you're a grad student or undergrad. It's miserable because it's fast. I know because my bachelor's degree, the last 2.5 years, yeah, it took, I was in 8-week classes, and I was taking 2 and 3 classes every 8 weeks, and I thought I was going to die. But I had also been working on my bachelor's degree for 13 years. So if you think you had it rough, 13 years of working on a bachelor's degree, that was me. But grad school was a piece of cake. Thank goodness. I always tell students, if you make it through undergrad, grad school is a piece of cake. You got this with your eyes closed, okay? Other than that, you guys are pretty much good to go. For the most part, the papers are looking good. Like I said, I do have a few people that did not put the headings in, and I don't know why, because I gave them to you. All you had to do is open up the Word document and start typing, and then save it to your desktop. And some of you guys changed my headings, and I don't know why, because they don't need to be changed, because they are the ones from the grading rubric. So just beware of these things. It might seem like I'm nitpicking, but what I'm doing is I'm molding you to that final paper. You don't want Module 7 to be the worst module of your life. You want Module 2 to be the worst module of your life, because now you know what is expected of you, okay? And you know that that's the pattern all the way through. And it should get easier as you go through, and not the, oh my God, the big Module 7 final papers do. You don't need that. I don't need that, and I don't want it either. Okay, so other than that, you guys are doing great. Make sure you get all your work done. If you missed Chapter 1 exam for whatever reason, make sure that you go and do it, because that's like 60 points or something like that. I can't remember. It's points. Go take the Chapter 1 exam. Make sure that everything in Module 1 and Module 2 is caught up. You do not want to start getting behind for Module 3. It's not good at all. These classes fly by, as you all know, because some of y'all have been here for a while, just like me, right? I feel like I've earned like 3 degrees here by now. So anyway, just reaching out to you. If you need me, you know how to reach me. I have just changed my business phone number, so I will put that out later today, I believe, or tomorrow. It's a toll-free number, so I've changed that. If you need me, you can get a hold of me that way. But it will be my business phone, so it will be my company name. So if you hear my voice, it's me. Just leave a message if you have to, and I'll call you right back. Haven't missed a phone call yet, okay? Haven't missed returning a phone call yet. So other than that, you guys hang in there. You know, I am your biggest cheerleader. It is my goal to make you the best of the best, to get you to cross that finish line. And other than that, I will see you later on. You guys don't have a discussion board for a couple more weeks. Thank goodness. Obviously, it's paper time. So if you have any questions, just feel to reach out to me by email. Remember, I read emails the next morning, every morning. So that's when I get to emails for you guys. But other than that, if it's a dire emergency and you're about to have a breakdown or something, call me. I've heard it all. So anyway, I will reach out to you. I will see you later. You guys have a great rest of your week and happy paper writing, I guess, right? Bye bye.